Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Crypto Sense, your source for crypto common sense. Today is Sunday, the 4th of February. It's evening now. Earlier we had a morning show. Have you secured your Bitcoin securely? Get your Ledger Nano wallets. There's a link down in the description below. Get your Trezors. Make sure you got all of your cryptos on a hard wallet because at the minute I'm preaching security, shall we say. I'm preaching security because I'm a bit like that. I like to know that my Bitcoin is safe. So I wanted to do a quick second show today. I don't want to spend too long on it because where earlier we were seeing a bit more green in the market, things suddenly turned around and looks like we're on for another discounted season. There are some which have managed to hold the green, which is great for them. I wouldn't buy them because we just have all these other lovely discounts on right now. So Bitcoin is back to 8,500. Still higher than its lowest point yesterday, or on Friday rather, but yeah, good prices, nice. Cardano's holding it up, Litecoin also holding its price, so good. But of course, at times like this, we look at solid projects like Neo, like EOS, like Dash, Monero, Lisk. And we basically stock up on those. We see that they've got quite a large discount, and now's the time to be buying, not when they are green. You don't buy Litecoin right now, not a good idea. You buy something which is on a discount. Okay, so talking of Monero a second ago, I wanted to point this out. This has been brought to my attention. There is a Monero fork coming on the 7th of March. There will be an airdrop. When are they're taking a snapshot on block 1529810. So if you're a holder of Monero, you have some of this coming your way. I'm not sure which block they're currently on. Doesn't say anywhere. But I would say this is a fantastic development. Outside of the Bitcoin hard forks, I would say this one is probably going to be worth the most. It's got all the great features of Monero, plus a few others. So we're going to be looking at scalability. Privacy is a feature of Monero, so that's great, and security. But looks like we're basically looking for scalability in this fork. There is a capped supply, 256 million. So yeah, I would personally look into this. I'll have the link down below. Get your Monero in order. Get your new wallets in place. Make sure you do what you have to do. I will also need to read through this and make sure I'm up to date with everything. There are Telegram groups, there are Reddit, subreddits, and yeah, get involved. Next up, we are looking at a tweet from Bitcoin Private. They are thrilled to announce that Coinomi Wallet will be supporting Z Classic, which is what Bitcoin Private forked from. This is Z Classic fork. And they'll also be supporting Bitcoin Private. So that's pretty big news for Bitcoin Private. We of course want this to be worth as much as possible because as Bitcoin holders, we are getting free Bitcoin Private. We're also getting Rhodium, Bitcoin Rhodium, which I'm sure I've spoken about on another video. So keep your eyes open for that as well. Get to the websites, check out what's going on. I'll post links down below. This is a tweet which I heard TechBolt mentioning earlier, actually. And I think it's a really valid point. We've already seen Bitcoin draw in a large amount of capital. We're in the hundreds of billions. We nearly hit $1 trillion at its peak. A couple of hundred billion off $1 trillion. And I think this point here is very valid, because as you see more and more issues coming to light with the banking system, as you see more people jumping into Bitcoin, bigger money, more sort of Main Street people, you will see the price go up. The price does correlate with adoption. We are still super low in terms of global adoption of Bitcoin, and therefore, as it begins to make more sense to use Bitcoin, you will see more and more wealth going into it. Therefore, you do the maths. I'm not sure how this guy's done it. I've done similar calculations, and he's found it to be 17.5 million per Bitcoin. So, depending on what your stance is, what your philosophy is, you'll either laugh at that or you'll think, yeah, it makes sense to me. If it doesn't really make sense to you, then I'd advise you get your calculator out and have a look. This is on the premise that, of course, if Bitcoin sucks all the wealth into it, which might sound ridiculous, but it's definitely a possibility, especially as people seek for non-inflationary means to keep their wealth, as people seek for easier ways to transfer across the globe. We all know places like MoneyGram and Western Union, etc., charge an absolute bomb. As the transfer fees for Bitcoin come down again, we should see some more movement towards that kind of application. We already know places like Greece, Venezuela, Zimbabwe are all getting into Bitcoin, not through some sort of investment desire, but actually they need to, because their currencies or their central banks are kind of forcing them to. Anyway, I thought this was an interesting point here, so please have a look, and if you'd like to make any comments, do let me know. So this is another interesting one. It's a fake account. I would not send any ether to any of these places that ask you to send them currency in return for more currency. It's a scam. Don't do it. Be careful. I just thought I would point out that there are lots of scams going on right now. They're trying to catch out the news. Just be careful. Be very careful. When I first got into cryptos, I put my money in places where perhaps on reflection I would have been far better just holding them on my ledger Nano S. I wish I had. Didn't happen. I learned many valuable lessons, and I'd like to pass on my unfortunate as well as more fortunate experiences. Right. Next up, Ripple. After having, in December I had about 10 to 20 people calling me up saying, how do I get into Ripple? How do I get into Ripple? How do I get into Ripple? My first question to them was always, do you know what Bitcoin is? Do you have any Bitcoin? Do you know what Ripple is? The answer was almost always no, no, no. So you're seeing a lot of people get burned here, because I know that a lot of people bought at very high prices and without fully understanding what they were getting into. They had been brainwashed by all the news channels. I think CNBC had a feature on how to buy Ripple. Yeah. Instead of trying to get people into Bitcoin, which is the legitimate cryptocurrency, which is it has the biggest, it's been attacked the most. It's survived every single attack. It's been running uninterrupted the longest. It has no central point of failure. It is completely decentralized. All right, people can make arguments about miners and stuff like that, but in terms of centralization, it's by far the most centralized crypto, which in my opinion is why Satoshi disappeared. Because you look at all these other cryptos, there are central points of failure. People will attack them. Bitcoin does not have that. It is not possible. So, yeah, anyway. Next, we've got old PSchiff. I love this guy. I used to listen to him when I was back in my gold days, and he's decided that he doesn't see the point of cryptos or whatever, and he basically just spreads a load of rubbish. So actually, I would take his sarcastic advice here: relax, keep hodling, and ignore all the FUD. Absolutely, PSchiff. Great advice. I know you're saying it in jest, but actually, it is good advice. Look down here, this dude. My Epic account has been down for 4 months. How much do you want to bet it doesn't take Bitcoin that long to hit a new all-time high? Not Epic, EPC account. Absolutely, Philip Kennedy. Bitcoin will be hitting new all-time highs very, very soon. How do I know that? Combination of history, combination of technology, markets. You know, you should be looking at this time as a blessing, where the price has gone down to affordable levels again. You should be jumping in with both feet and waiting for mid to the end of February for an absolute moon run. Anyone that's been in the space for any amount of time will tell you this is on the way, because it's not really news. It happens in a cyclical process, okay? So hold on to your private keys. Make sure you got your private. Actually, I think I'm going to do a video on private keys and wallets and stuff like that at some point. So do let me know if you want, if you'd like that thing. Hit the like, subscribe. Let me know that you're actually watching this, that there's a point in me spreading this information, sharing my research, and giving you some sort of analysis on it. Right, we're coming to the end soon. Let's have a quick Lightning Network watch. It wouldn't have changed much from this morning, but I feel like I've started a tradition now. I need to keep it up. So, yeah, still at around the same place. I'm still keeping on this Raspberry Pi with now 7 channels. Well done. Very good. And, yeah, still growing. Number of channels has gone up a little bit. Amount of Bitcoin in the network gone up a little bit too. So, all good. Yeah. If you're looking for a good entry point, I would suggest considering this to be one. I can't see us falling too far below, but it's possible. Of course, it's completely possible. Should have mentioned this is not financial advice, of course, at the beginning, but there you go, done it now. If you would like any crypto consultations, email me at cryptocrystalball@googlemail.com. Again, I'll have the link in the description below. Anything else? Hit the like button, subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode. Take care. Have a good week.